Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video, a very quick one, but I just wanted to basically go into a little bit more of these crazy news that are coming right now. Obviously, Tier 8 is already confirmed. If you haven't seen, check my video out and the dev blog. And also the tram is coming, the A6E, that was kind of leaked, so yeah, it's not that that big even. Because the aircraft itself was already leaked, kinda. So the main thing is obviously the Tier 8. And what do we, what we can expect with Tier 8 and maybe with Tier 7. I will do another video talking a little bit on what we can expect on Tier 7s as well, premiums obviously, because now with Tier 8 we can actually have a lot of these Tier 7 premiums, right? So expect to see a lot of aircraft that are top tiers right now. For example, a MiG-23, F4s, aircraft that are 11.0, 10.7s, aircraft like that will probably start to become premiums. We will see a lot of premiums probably this patch. But anyway, yeah, Tier 8. So yeah, Tier 8, I already did a lot of videos on it. And I just wanted to emphasize the opportunity that they actually have with this. They have one opportunity that it's the most, it feels the most right one possible. First of all, obviously, we have the aircraft. We have 3 aircraft that I think if these 3 aircraft are added, we are probably going to have 8 nations actually having 4th generation aircraft in the game. So it would be the most balanced way to deal with a Tier 8 being added. A lot of aircraft, basically a very huge update, obviously, and maybe in the next couple of patches they can add a couple more depending on situation. But in general, this would be it, it would be a very big patch that goes for balance, and that would be the main thing. So, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nations we have in game. Technically, 2 of them have 4th generation aircraft right now. That's France and the US. You can kind of consider that the VIII is kind of a 4th generation aircraft. As I said on the generations video, this kind of changes a lot, and it's not really fair to say this type of thing. But still, it's an aircraft that can be considered a 3rd generation, can be considered a 4th generation. So I would not put it in the 4th generation. I still think it's more of a 3.5, to be honest, or something like that. Similar to a MiG-23 MLD, similar to other aircraft like that, but still. Mainly 4th generation aircraft, we have the French and the US with the F-14 and the Mirage 2000. Then, if we add 3 aircraft, at least 8 nations total will have the F-16, and even a little bit more. So, first of all, obviously the MiG-29. The MiG-29A can be added both for Germany and the USSR. It would be probably the 912A, obviously the 912A for Germany. It's basically the only variant that they used apart from the UB trainer. And then the MiG-29 913 for the USSR, having a little bit more fuel. UB like the SMT compared to the MF. Obviously the SMT has a lot more power, but still it would be kind of similar to that, right? Then the F-16, earlier blocks of the F-16A, so we can have from the block 1 to the block 15 and the block 20 for China. So for example, the US could get 1 F-16, China can get with the Taiwanese Air Force, Italy can have the block 15 OCU, and then Israel also can have some blocks like that, block 10s, block 15s, maybe block 25s even, the first Cs, we can have that. It's the first actual Sparrow-capable F-16 from the 80s, it's from 1984, 85, it was the first one that actually, from the get-go, already used the Sparrows, right? Technically, so yeah, the A's, they are modified from 1989 onwards to use the Sparrow. So yeah, so here we already have USA, Germany, USSR, so 3. We have China, the Chinese Tech 3, Italian, the French, obviously with the Mirage, and Israel. So we have 7 nations. And then we have another aircraft, the Tornado ADV. Obviously, the Tornado needs to come if the MiG-29 is coming and the F-16 is coming. That would mean that the Great Britain Tech Tree can actually have its 4th generation aircraft together with maybe even Italy. I don't think they will add an F-16 and a Tornado together in the same patch for one nation, but still, it can be capable of being one or the other, right? The Tornado for Italy would make more sense because the Italian Tornado actually used the Skyflash missiles, the temp version, the 5000, and the F-16, I couldn't confirm that he actually used Sparrows or anything like that, probably only MRAMs. So yeah, it would make more sense for Italy, right? The Chinese use Sparrow with the F-16, the USA, Israel, everybody else used Sparrows with this F-16, so the Italians can get the Tornado. So with these 3 aircraft, the F-16, which is already in the files a little bit, the MiG-29, and the Tornado, we can have the US, Germany, USSR, Great Britain, China, Italy, of course France already with the Mirage, and Israel with 4th generation aircraft. That would leave us with Sweden being able to use some other aircraft in the near future. If they add the Norwegian or the Danish tech sub-trees for the Swedish, they can have an F-16 as well. Or also the F-18. In the future, we can have the F-18 with Sparrows and stuff for the Finnish there, right? So that could be a thing too. On the least kind of part of the things, I still think that the vegan should get the RB-74, at least, you know. That would mean that the Swedish, even though if they don't get any new aircraft in this patch, at least they have a new missile to actually deal with these targets. Remember, we are getting into a position where we will need all aspect missiles and better missiles to deal with these aircraft, because these performance on these aircraft will be way higher than any other thing that we already had. And with that, we will need weapons to actually be able to face them. So doesn't matter if it's an F4F or a MiG-23 or whatever aircraft, we need better missiles in top tier. I will get to a video talking a little bit more about that, but still. And the other nation that would be missing that as well, it's Japan. Japan used the F-15J and the F2. So the F-15J, I don't know, maybe it could be added if the F-15 is added. I don't think it's fair to add an F-15 for Japan and not for the US. The same way it would not be fair to add a MiG-29 for Germany and not for the USSR, or a Mirage Premium for Israel, for example, or a Mirage for Israel and not a Mirage for France, or anything like that. A Tornado for Italy and not a Tornado for the UK. It would not be fair, you know? So with that idea in mind, the F-15J, only if it's added to the US and maybe for Israel as well. And the F2 is just too advanced for now. It is technically an F-16, but it is way too advanced for any normal F-16 that we see. So I don't think we are ready for that yet. So with that, we can have 8 nations, with 2 of them having the ability to be improved with the missiles. So Sweden with the vegan with the RB-74, and Japan with the JK receiving maybe the AIM-7M for the Kai, or the AIM-9P4, all aspect AIM-9, right, or AIM-9L, or the AAM-3. Any of these missiles can be added to improve the combat capabilities of such 3rd generation aircraft. And also, for most of the aircraft of the 3rd generation, I still think that we will need to see these type of things. So, for example, the MLD should get the R-60M, the MLA should get the R-60M, F-14 receiving the AIM-9L, you know, the PL-8 for the Chinese, the Python 3s for the Kafir and the F-4, I don't know, anything like that, you know, more AIM-9s, F-4F receiving AIM-9L as well. Sweden with the vegan. So many of these aircraft will need better missiles as well. But I'm going to probably make a video properly talking about it, just due to the fact that there's many missiles and many occasions that we need to talk about it. So yeah, make sure to comment what you think about this. With these 3 aircraft, we can see, I mean, a very, you know, balanced fourth generation aircraft in the War Thunder, you know. So that would be very, very cool to see. So yeah, but anyway, let me know in the comments, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye guys, see you.